Hey guys, I want to take a quick second to shamelessly beg you to take the time to actually sign into YouTube and please subscribe, like, and comment. I work hard. I work 60 plus hours a week. Then I come home and I'm putting a lot of time and a lot of money into this. And I would really appreciate it if you would just help me work the algorithms. Leave me a little comment, hit the like button, and please just sign in and subscribe. You should do this for all content creators. We all would appreciate it. I know I would. Thank you. Hey guys, this is Fusebox back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And I just wanted to get back on Nogdar the Headhunter now that I've got him pushed up and maxed. So I started really building him out, and on my last video, my early guide about how amazing he is, kind of going over the things he can do, Matt Foxen gave me the coolest idea about wearing Swift Parry Set. This guy revives himself every time he dies. As long as the rest of your team is alive, he brings himself back to life with half health, half his turn meter, and it's on a 1-turn cooldown, so he can die 1 turn each round. Swift Parry Set would give you a 50% chance to avoid using this and let the actual gear bring you back alive. And then you could even die a second time in 1 round, which is super cool. The only issue I had is I did not have the right damage equipment in Swift Parry. I didn't have good crit rate and crit damage, so I looked at other sets that would be cool on him. So I went with the Frenzy set. But I would mention that it would be pretty cool. The Fury set, damage increases as HP decreases. You could get some really big numbers out of this guy. He's already a god tier damage dealer, and he takes 50% of his health when he uses his giant slam. It takes 50% of his HP, and when he uses the last rites, it takes another 50% of his HP. You could really rack up some damage wearing that Fury set. But I went with the Frenzy set. What the Frenzy set does is gives you 10% turn meter for every 5% lost. Well, you're taking 50% away. That's going to give you 100% turn meter. Just to kind of show you the effect you can have with this, and to go over an issue with the AI, let's just take him into like 12-3 or a potion keep or something. Let's take him in somewhere where we can just kind of see him go, baseline him. And I'll show you what the amazing thing I got out of this set. It's not gonna work out. All right, there's the AI problem. Let me explain what happened, and now we'll take it off auto and show what he can do. The AI, come on, we all know the AI tends to be stupid in this game. It likes to use last rites first, so he takes 50% of his HP away to take health off of an enemy. That gives him a free turn because of my set. Then it likes to use Gore Feast and use the next 50% health to kill himself. And because there's no team here, he doesn't revive himself. If I had a team, that would be okay. He would bring himself back to life. But that's not the order you want to use these in any situation. So the AI seems to be kind of wacky. You would want to use Gore Feast, which takes your first 50%. Then you would want to use Last Rites, which takes your last 50% but cannot kill you. It leaves you at 1 HP. And not to mention, Gore Feast puts 2 continuous heals on you, so by the time you come around, you're healing up a little bit. You would never want to use them the other way around. And I'm going to be honest, I really believe that Last Rites should be left alone by the AI and left up to the user. It's a really niche, it's an amazing skill. In the arena, we'll hop in there and show you how amazing it is. But we want to use that when we want to use it. It's on a long cooldown, which is fine. It's kind of like a super emergency move. But let's get away from the AI and show you what this guy can do. His big slam is going to do huge damage, give him a free turn. If we were still there, we would go again. Now his A1 just hammers right through people. So this cooldown, in my masteries, I do have the chance to decrease my cooldown by 1. It's already back around. But this is probably the poorest example because I actually got a weak hit. But you can use it again and start just racking right through all these heroes, watching your cooldown, which it won't matter at this point. So this guy is just ridiculous. He can wipe a whole wave, start hammering through the next wave, and then he's ready to go again to wipe another wave. Also, weak hit again. So also, if you're in regular content, let's go somewhere with a team. He is lightning, so where would we want to take this guy? If you were to go into a dungeon, alright, we'll take Septimus out, we'll put him in. Okay. So now, he can, let's make sure we're not on auto. Okay. We can go ahead and do our normal stuff. Try to put some stuns out and everything. Debuff the team. Now, we can take our huge hit. Now look, where is he? Right here. He's ready to go again. Now she was at max HP, max turn meter, so she does get to go first. We're just gonna shield everybody up, and here he is again. We didn't quite do. Now, if there was somebody that really worried us, we could use last rites right here, and we could take them down to 1 health, or we could start trying to rack through people. I don't think they're low enough to just go right through them. If he was booked, he easily would be going through them. He has no books on him. We'll just let Bellower do his thing. Just slam somebody. And we're slowly getting our way back around to him. And so here, we can get him ready. We can just start going through people. And when we go to the next wave, he's ready to start over and do it all again. Do it all again. Now, one thing about his AI, we talked about how ridiculous it is. So let's say one way, when we get to the boss, let's see if we can make use of some of his skills. As far as this, we know we want to start getting these guys down. So we can start over right here, do this big move. Now we're just going to take a hit. He's back full again. It's just she was at max. Let's say that we do want to use this move. Take this guy down. Decrease their speed, hopefully. Now he's back up. Again, if he was booked, we'd be finishing these guys out. But he's still doing just sick, amazing damage. Now we can take their defense down and really, really start getting around to them. Now I'm doing this on manual because of AI, but let's put it on auto. The reason I'm going to go ahead and put it on auto is I think if you use that last rites first as your first move, not your first move, your second move, the way you should use it. Use Gore Feast and then last rites. I think then when you click auto, it doesn't matter if he dies, he'll bring himself right back up. But from that point on, you could go ahead and so I'm going to do a little manual in here. I want to see if last rites works on these ads. It does not work on bosses. Clearly you can't take a boss to 1, but these ads it should, and they actually have really high HP. So we'll see if this doesn't do a huge amount to this guy. We'll just kind of one more turn. So let's kind of focus on this ad for a second. I'm just curious to see this thing work. So I'm going to do this on manual for just a bit. Take everybody's attack down, their defense down. Alright, so last rites is up. It's also going to take 50% of my health power, so watch his turn meter go up. So he's ready to go again. It looks like we had almost full health from being healed, so we took half his health right there. If perhaps I should have waited and used it after I used Gore Feast, but all the same, half his HP in one move. I mean, if you add that up, that's more damage than you can do to him. So we're in great shape here. We don't need that. We need this. Hey, we're going to put it on auto from here. Just let them play it out. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of this. It's going swell. Another thing I like, he's getting a lot of extra attacks from that turn meter. It's really, really playing out well with the Frenzy set. And again, Matt Foxon had mentioned the Swift Parry set, and that sounds like an amazing, cool idea. But I'm not having any issues with him dying twice in a round. Now, here is an example where here's a huge AoE hitter. This is Biggin. I mean, this guy is a monster, literally a monster. Stag Knight doing AoE damage pretty hard throughout this whole fight. Nogdar the Headhunter, I mean, is neck and neck with Biggin, and he's doing He does have that big AoE, but mostly getting those single targets and swapping HP. This guy is awesome. He's awesome. So let's real quick. I'm gonna hit replay. We'll just see how this plays out in the beginning on auto. Let me slow it down too. Ugh, I lost my mouse. I don't know. He's handling it pretty well. Pretty well. Perhaps it was because I had him alone when I was doing that baseline test that he was acting so strange with his AI. This seems just fine. I'm going to speed this up and let it just go through. Okay, so done with that again. Again, real consistent on the numbers. He's just an amazing champ. And now I have him. I don't have War Master on him. He could be doing more, but I'm using Helm Smasher to get the big damage arena. I love him in arena. So let's jump right in. Let's see if we can find us a team. Ugh. I hate it when it's all, we don't have anything fancy to go up against, but let's put a weaker debuffer in. But we're gonna just show him off. Alright, so we speed ourselves up, try to go first. Make sure we stay fast. Alright, so here we're going to put up our debuff on at least 3 of them, hopefully. We got all 4. Perfect. Now, this is probably going to wipe this team out. Duchess might live through this. He may get some weak hits. So he uses his move. He's instantly refilled. Now, Arbiter was already at max, but he's ready to go. So this is over, unfortunately. Let me see if I can find some stronger. There's a pretty tough team right there. Hopefully we're faster. This could get bad if we're not, because I'm only bringing 1 damage dealer. Alright, perfect. We're going to boost ourselves up. Now, Arbiter's so fast she may cut in on him. But here we go. Hopefully we got all of the defense down. Take our big slam on this real tanky team. It almost killed him. Which, if he was booked, most of the time, that's what you're going to see. He's going to wipe the team. But what's beautiful about him, let's just boost our turn meter. What's beautiful about him is, if he didn't wipe the team, he can come back around and A1 all of these down. Even better, let's say that the Frost King here still had a lot more health power. Maybe they built him way more tanky. You can go ahead and use Last Rites, take him down to 1, and look who's ready to go. Which I should have just went ahead and A1'd everybody, but it is what it is, right? Oh, we're just playing around now. Come on, Headhunter. Come back around. Should have killed him while I had the chance. Alright. Alright, so we can finish her off, hopefully. Man, that strengthen buff. We're cutting through it. Now here we can get 2 moves. We can AoE him. He cut in on us. But I'm ready to go again. And you get the idea. We're going to auto this through. Just finish this up. But man, I mean, I should have just went ahead and finished it when I had the chance. Anyways, he's super fun, super cool in here. Looks like I got one of my quests done. And again, this guy, you put him in an unkillable clan boss team just as a permanent stun target so that he can revive himself. That's something I'm actually really looking forward to trying out. I don't have the makings of an unkillable on this account. Guys, if you don't know me, I am new on the scene. I have 3 accounts. Fusebox is a pretty big account. It's like in-game, not like proper full-on in-game. I'm no well, but it's definitely a good account. It's a strong account. This is my mid-tier account, and then I have a really weak free-to-play. It's only been, this account doesn't even have Sealed the Drakes yet. So the other one is, I don't know, maybe about 60 days in. And I'm treating it completely free to play. I'll spend a little money on the other 2 accounts like everybody else. I'm an average player. I didn't spend any on this event, but this week alone, this mid-tier account pulled the Nogdar the Headhunter. I pulled Septimus. Of course, we just finished out the Iron Brago event, and I just started getting him up. And I got Astralon from the event, and I pulled Shiramani. I don't know if I can call this a mid-tier account anymore. It's growing so fast. Some of the heroes that it's gotten, the luck on this account. But this is my mid-tier account, so my gear is not really up to par. But man, I've got the heroes to help me get that gear now. That's for sure. But hey, we're gonna leave it with Nogdar, the Headhunter. This guy is just sick, and he's so different. That's why I keep going on about him. He doesn't play like everybody else. He's definitely fun to play with. I just did a 7-8 minute arena fight. It was just fun. It was fun to do. He just plays completely outside of the norm from all these other heroes. I mean, don't get me wrong. This guy right here is getting my books. He got his first book today from the clan boss. It went right there on his A1. I would have liked it to go here, but man, he's so fun to play with. And amazing. Flat out amazing. If his affinity lines up, you can take him. That's all there is to it. Alright guys, that's it. Nogdar the Headhunter. Don't forget, like I say, I'm new on the scene. I need likes, I need subscribes, I need some comments. I want to thank Matt Foxen. That was a cool idea. I just did not have the gear to showcase it. It would have been a really weak setup. I'll real quick go over. I built my masteries. I'm going to tell you, there's a really cool idea. Because he has that huge hit, I'm thinking arena mostly. I took higher damage with full HP, so that big slam hurts. But you could easily see yourself going into increased damage when you're under 50% HP. I could easily see you taking Grim Resolve, coming this direction and getting towards Helm Smasher. That's an interesting choice to see which way you go. Both of them are effective. I mean, I wish I had them both, to be honest. I mean, you know, you want to hit hard with that. That's that big AOE. That's his mill ticket. But then everything he does after that, massive damage with this. But this is the way I went. I could easily see you going several different ways. You could easily take War Master if you're trying to do damage on bosses. He would have outperformed Biggin without a doubt. But I'm kind of thinking arena is where I'm using him, so I'm sticking with this. But man, he's so cool. I can't wait to get an unkillable clan boss. I'll be changing those the day I get me an unkillable. My gear, yeah, I mean, you know what you're looking for. You're looking for right at 100% crit, as much crit damage as you can, as much attack as you can. It's really it. He needs no accuracy at all. This guy is super cool. Super cool. If you got him, use him. Don't be scared of that. Don't be scared of that A2. He's got the hit that just keeps on killing. As long as he's making kills, this A2, it can kill him when it takes 50% of his health. Don't be scared of it. He'll pop right back up. And then this is the coolest move. I wish the AI would leave it alone. The AI just doesn't seem to have the intelligence to use this correctly. But it is what it is. They're going to use it. Massive aura in all battles for attack. And then the ability to just revive himself as long as you have a full team. So that's it, man. Guys, enjoy this guy. And if you don't mind, I'm spending a lot of time and a lot of money trying to get into this scene. I would sure appreciate likes, subscribes, comments, all the things to get these algorithms working in my favor. And I do appreciate it. Until next time, enjoy the grind.